All right, we are ready to roll.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess.
How's the Serenity? Has one from Will Chino. Feels playful. Holly Watson.
Jadavi wins by a half.
Holly Watson, senior jockey. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Julio. Really appreciate you guys having me.
No, thank you for coming in, and it's got a nice ring to it now, hasn't it? Senior jockey.
Not senior just yet. August we can say senior, but yeah, no, it'll be nice.
From a non-racing family, but you had a love of horses. You were working, I think you finished school and you're working at a kebab shop, plucked from a kebab shop to being 3 years later to being one of our leading apprentice riders. It's been a big 3 years for you. You have achieved a lot.
Yeah, it's been a massive 3 years. I think when I go back and look at where I first rode, I couldn't get enough of it, and then I started full-time at Darren's and then started going to the track with him, got my track licence. Everyone was like, oh, you're quite small, you should give it a go. I think when I had my first gallop, I was like, whoa, this is pretty amazing. I didn't know horses could do this. Obviously had no idea about racing. Mum could see how tired I was, and then I told her I wanted to be a jockey, and she was like, don't you dare do it, don't you do it. And I was like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And she was very nervous. My dad was very excited. He was like, wow, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's been a big 3 years for you though, hasn't it? Let's go back to the beginning. Can you remember let's play name association? Argent Dior.
Yes, I remember him very, very well.
Right?
Yeah, I was very nervous. Yeah, I was very, very nervous, but Karen and Ray, they both said, don't worry about it. Like, he's just going around to have fun. Like, just get him around and have fun. So.
Can you remember the race?
I can. I sat back and I watched it all unfold, and I was like, whoa, this is so quick. And especially being at York, that first corner, and then it just goes downhill, I just sort of got left behind. But no, I think he nearly won the race too. He ran third.
It's another name association. #land. Yeah.
Do you remember him? Yes. I can't. Where was it at? Was it at
Leinster?
Leinster, yeah.
That was the first win.
Yeah, it was. Probably don't want to go back there. I got pelted with a massive rock into my face, and my lip blew up, and I think I called it there and said, I don't want to ride on the dirt.
Jadavi.
Yeah. And
first black tie win.
I was pretty amazing. It was a bit of a mismatch with obviously who I was going to ride, and I ended up on Jadavi. And which obviously I wasn't. I was very happy that I had a ride in that race. And I remember Mitchell saying, this is a good ride. Like, this is a really good ride. Just make sure you ride it quiet and come right around him. And when she was the only one travelling in the race, I thought she had a massive chance here.
Jadavi on the outside. Jadavi has gone to the lead. Queen takes King, tries to haul in Jadavi. Jadavi's got it. Jadavi wins by a half. Queen takes King.
So Mitchell's instructions were right too. They were spot on, weren't they?
There's one thing I give to him. He's very good at reading races and how to ride horses. He gives very good instructions sometimes.
What are his instructions to passing the post and giving the salute?
I'm not very good at them, but I'm trying my best.
Holly Watson and Jadavi. She had a few winners yesterday. Did Holly, and the feature today aboard Jadavi.
You need time to step away sometimes to give yourself a break.
Yeah, it definitely is. Simon's a big one about having holidays and taking a break from horses. Like, you need to walk away at some point and freshen your mind up from it. So yeah, it's just been hard at the moment that I'm trying to get to where I need to be to take that walk away and obviously take that break. So, but I do love it a lot. Like, I love being involved in the horses.
It's the love of the animal for you too, though, isn't it? You just love horses.
I do. I love horses. I think it's amazing what they can do. Some horses' ability is absolutely insane. Like, you just can't imagine that with horses.
On the flip side too, working with Simon, you get to see a lot of very talented horses.
Yeah, I think Amelia's Jewel was like, wow, that's pretty amazing what that horse can do. One day she was galloping by herself, and this is as a 2-year-old, and I was like, oh, I'll ride her, like, I don't mind. And she went by herself, and I went, oh yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
You just brush it over, you're like, yeah, cool, whatever. Pretty cool to go back and say that. One morning, Pat was running a little bit late, and Kinners, she was like, oh no, oh, Holly, you're going to have to ride it. And I was like, nah, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'll give that one a miss. But if I got offered to, I would. Like, it'd be pretty amazing.
I won't ask you for your favourite race because there's probably many. Maybe just a favourite moment of your apprenticeship.
I reckon Ginger Flyer. I'd still get excited to ride her. She could get in the field, could lead on her. She sat back sometimes. And I think Simon put a lot of faith into me to be able to ride her. The biggest thrill I get out of it is obviously riding Simon's horses that you've done a lot of work on, and then you ride Mitchell's horses who I've done a lot of work on, and just getting them to the races and them winning is just a huge, huge feeling.
Feels playful, down inside the 100, a length clear. Admiration Express trying valiantly. Feels playful is going to cling on.
How special was it winning the Challenge Stakes, the listed race for Mitch on Feels Playful? How exciting?
Oh, it's pretty exciting, obviously. His mum's side of the family, a few of them are in it, and it was just a big thrill. I think when I crossed the line, I think that was the first time I actually got chills crossing the line. I was just very proud of Poppy, we call her.
Yeah.
And proud of everyone who was involved with her. So, yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Well, you and Mitch might have some fun later this year with her.
I hope so. She never put in a bad run, ever.
If the Holly Watson today could go back and talk to the Holly Watson who's just started, what advice would you give her?
Oh my God, don't wear your gumboots to work. I used to wear these massive big gumboots and used to ride in them, and oh my God, it was awful.
You're a complete novice in a racing game. What's blowing you away about the racing industry then?
I think watching the horses, I think just the amazing horses that I've been able to work with and the opportunities that I've been given to ride in these big races and even just have chances in these races has been amazing. Now it is recording.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a bad sight.
Oh, steady on.
You teamed up with Simon Miller, which is probably the best thing that could have happened to you.
Yeah, it was. Ray Vincent helped me do that. He said, you need to expand yourself and you need to go and speak to Simon. You need to go and talk to him and say, if you ever have the opportunity for an apprentice, I'd love to go there. I went and rode track work for Simon one day and I just absolutely blew it up. Just did not know anything that I was doing. Just didn't really have an idea of times and fast work at the track. So then he put me under his wing and said, you need some help. So yeah, he's helped me a long way.
How has he helped you most in your career development?
I think constantly supporting me, and he's always had faith in me. He just always backs me in. He says, well, you know what you're doing, you do it. I back myself in because he backs me in. I think even when I do become a senior in August, I think it'll all still stay the same. I'll keep everything in routine and keep going to Simon's, keep riding outside work, and then slowly start to wean my way there to try and get a few more outside rides.
So you're pretty aware then the transition between apprentice and senior jockey, how there can be some pitfalls along the way?
Yeah, definitely. I spoke to Lucy about it, and obviously she had a lot of support when she came out of her time, but she just said, just keep on pushing and you'll be fine. So I've got a lot of support behind me.
Yeah, and that support's mainly from Simon Miller, and he said the one thing about Holly over all these other apprentices is that he can give you feedback, he can give you direct feedback, and he says that your willingness to accept that feedback, to take it all in and process that feedback, he says is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, just taking in that feedback and never denying what someone has to say, because everyone's got a different opinion and you just have to constantly bring in those opinions and take what you need to take out of it. All the people that I want to be like, I want to follow their opinion. And obviously you have people from the outside giving you opinions as well that you just learn to go, okay, maybe I do need to take that on, and you bring it on to the next one.
Who supports you more, Simon or Mitch?
You don't put me in that pressure. Mitchell puts me on. I ride majority of the stable there. Obviously with Simon, I'm competing against the other jockeys, the top jockeys as well.
How do you find having a partner who was a former jockey? Did it tough himself with the weight and so forth? Is it handy, or is it sometimes a hindrance because it's 24/7 horses?
No, it is good. I do like it. It's obviously when he watches me waste, it's not very nice for him, but I think he needs to learn to understand that I can get grumpy too as well.
When did you feel comfortable being a jockey?
Straight away, I was pretty happy that this is what I wanted to do. It's probably about a year ago was when I went, okay, I can do this and I can be a good jockey if I put my mind to it.
Simon said also that, and it was about that mark 12 months ago, he had to sit you down and it was almost a fork in the road moment. Can you outline what he said to you?
Yeah, it was going through a rough patch and just wasn't really getting the support. Like, he was supporting me, but just wasn't getting the rides off him. But he spoke to me and said, this is wise, you're not doing these things that you need to do. And then I think it was like a couple of months I just sort of left it and was just floating along. I was getting a winner here, winner there, but just wasn't really taking it on board. And then I really went, no, like you need to be better. Like you need to pull your head in. And I said, I want to be the best. I was like, this is what I want to do and I know I can do it. Started going to the gym a lot more, going to the physio, and he's like, you need to get a mechanical horse, Like, and I was just blowing it away, and I was like, yep. And I didn't. And then I finally went, okay, I need to do this. And yeah, it's been.
And was he right?
Yeah.
You needed the feral horse? Yeah.
For a girl, you need to look strong. And I needed something different to the other girls. I think that's been a big thing that people have noticed as well, that I can look really strong.
Can you sort of imagine what you would have done if you weren't plucked from a kebab shop? What your career path would have had looked like?
Mum and Dad wanted me to go into their business, and thank God I didn't.
What's their business?
Transport with trucking. I just couldn't. I hate sitting down, hate sitting in an office, and I'd rather be outside doing something.
Sounds like you landed a dream job.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very, very lucky that I got the job that I wanted to. I said to Simon, I want to be the Jamie Carr of Perth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you could be the next Jamie Carr of Australia. You don't have to be just Jamie Carr.
Yeah, I'll be Holly Watson. If I got an offer to Melbourne, which I don't know if I would go, and I'd have to obviously give that a go. When the jockeys from Melbourne come here, everyone's like, oh my God, like they just love them and they just want them on their horses. So if I could do that, like go over there and learn a bit more, then come back, and then hopefully that could lead me to another step.
Hey, Hol, thanks for your time.
No, that's okay.
Really appreciate it. You're a breath of fresh air. Everyone loves your smile, your bubbly personality. They're wrapped in your success, and I'm sure that the transition to senior will be pretty seamless. Good luck.
Thanks, Julio. There's no bubbly smile in the mornings though. It's grumpy. Thank you very much.
We see you at the best of times.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks, Hol.
No, thank you.
You've had I think you're closing in on about 200 career wins. The wins probably won't come as regularly as
say
before.
that.
No, potentially. I shouldn't say that. That's terrible. Yeah. Just put a complete downer.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.